guys, it's Julian. It's Saturday, which means it is the end of week 10. Here, come here. Oh, you want ovens? So, it's the end of week 10, and I am back down to 244. So, there's a scale victory that I have won. So I'm back down to where I was before I started gaining the weight back. On top of that, as far as non-scale victories go, I'm starting to have a little tiny bit of loose skin. Like, before I started losing the weight, I had no loose skin, like, on my stomach. Like, I couldn't grab any skin. Like, it was just all fat. I'm actually able to pinch just a little bit of skin from my belly and even from like the back of my leg. I can feel that there's some loose skin there. So I'm actually starting to get some loose skin. More non-scale victories include that I actually drank my water this week, more so than not. I was either really close to or exactly hitting my mark of 130 ounces a day. So there's also that. And then I exercised 5 times this week, about to be 6 because I'm about to do a workout now after this video. So another update about my gallbladder surgery. The surgeon is not convinced that the problem is my gallbladder. She thinks there's something else going on. She's not sure what, though. So, here is the plan for that. 1, we have upped my medication to taking it 2 times a day instead of once. And then, I have 2 procedures scheduled. One is a contrast x-ray. Basically, I take some nasty concoction, drink it down, and then they will take an x-ray to look at my esophagus and my stomach. For my stomach, they're just trying to see if maybe they can spot ulcers or any other issues with that x-ray. As far as my esophagus goes, they're also looking for that, but they're mainly looking to see if my esophagus just does this like it's supposed to, or if it narrows as it goes down, because that could be causing some of my pain. I know when I was little, I kind of remember my sister having to go in and have her esophagus actually stretched out because she had so many problems. So that is kind of a genetic thing, according to the surgeon. So it's a possibility. It's a very real possibility that I have the same issue. And if you can't hear, my cats are stampeding down the hall like crazy fur balls. So there's that. And then depending on what they find in that x-ray, whether or not my esophagus does this will depend on if they go in for the next appointment and stick a camera down my throat. So if they stick this camera down my throat, what they're looking for at that point is ulcers or tears or anything else that could be causing my pain. Am I being sick? Am I feeling nauseous all the time? They'll also be able to have a look at how much splashback happens when something hits my stomach. When something hits my stomach. So that will show whether or not it's a stomach issue or a esophagus issue, or tell them if we need to keep looking for whatever the cause is. Like like I said, my surgeon is not convinced it's my gallbladder, even though I have gallstones. I don't know. Really, I just kind of wanted to have it over with, but she's not ready to say, okay, let's go in and have surgery, which I understand, but at the same time, I'm tired of being in pain and all that. I just want to get this over with. Just do something is basically what I want. I'm in that mindset of I've been in enough pain. Just put me out of my misery. Please, just put me out of my misery. Do something. So there's that. As far as my diabetes goes, it's somewhat under control, but not quite. Um, my nutrition has been fairly spot on. Right now, we don't have a lot of food in the house, so just working with what I have. Um, I know I'm not taking in as many calories as I should, but again, I'm working with what little I have. There's three of us in the house. You know, we have to be careful with our food. So I will probably drop more weight, mainly because I'm not eating as much. Unfortunately, that's not the best way to go about it. But again, I can only do so much. If I can't afford the food, I have to wait. So it's kind of a catch-22. Yay, I'll be losing weight, but unfortunately, it won't be really the right way. I say the right way because everybody's different. Everybody has their own program that they follow, their own lifestyle that they follow. So I'm not trying to starve myself, is my point. I'm trying to be healthy. But again, I have to be careful with what we have because as of right now, all we have is food stamps. Um, that's all we got is food stamps. He's looking for a job. I'm trying to find work and also considering the possibility of disability because my body has just, with the fibro and the degenerative disc disease, I can't stand or sit for long periods of time. Like right now, I'm sitting on my bed and it hurts. Just sitting on a soft surface hurts. Sitting on a hard surface hurts. Standing up for too long hurts. I can't, and it's just, it's painful. And on top of that, with my fibro, I've noticed that my legs will give out. If I'm working and I lose my legs decide to go out on me, depending on where I'm working, I mean, I could be a liability to a company. That's not, so that's why I'm considering that. And he's looking for work. We live in a very small valley town, so it's really hard to find work unless you have a vehicle, which we don't have. But we're working again with what we have. We're trying. And right now, it's just really, really rough. Hopefully, things will pick up soon. Um, I feel better than I was. Uh, my cats are going insane out there, and I don't know what the heck they're doing out there, but I can hear them going crazy. Um, Another update is I finally was able to get into contact with uh, at least a trans friendly counselor who helped me out the best she could. Because she is not trans specific, meaning she works specifically with trans people so that they can transition. Um, I could use her, and then she would not help be able to be able to give me that referral for what I need it for. So and so, but she said I'm going to see what I can find. I'm going to talk to colleagues, so on and so forth. And on top of that, I've been looking myself. I found a trans-specific counselor, but they they're pretty far out, and I don't really trust the transportation. We have what's called Logisticare, and they take you to your medical appointments, and your insurance will pay for it. The problem with Logisticare is their drivers will get you to your appointments late, and then you get to your appointment late, and then you do your appointment, and then you're sitting there for several hours. I, at one point, was left for 5 hours sitting out in front of uh, a doctor's office at one point because, and I quote, "Oh, we forgot you were there." So I'm not really fond of Logisticare at all. Like, at all. Like, I don't want to use them, but there's not enough resources here where I am in order for me to stay in the vicinity. I have to go out uh, an hour away at least. So I talked to uh, a gentleman, a counselor, on through email, and he said, "Here's what I do." He goes, "I understand how you feel about Logisticare." He said, "But I have a system set up with them." He says, I set up appointments several weeks. I do several weeks of appointments, and they have it down. I do it all for you, and I make sure." He goes, "I call them, and I make sure they come to get you from your home, and I make sure that they come to get you from the office so that you're not sitting out there." He said, "And I haven't had any problems yet. If that is something you're interested, I can do that, and we can see if I'm a good fit for you." So I am considering him because he's been really understanding. He's been keeping in contact with me, seeing if I'm still interested. So I'm really considering doing this because I need to, for my own mental health, I need a counselor. Just in general, I need a counselor. And then for my further on with my mental health, as far as being a trans person, I need this counselor so that I can move forward with my transition, because I know that's where a lot of my depression is stemming from, is the dysphoria that I'm feeling being in the wrong body. Being in a female body, it's taking its mental toll on me. So I need to get the ball rolling for my own sake. So I'm pretty much ready to say, yeah, let's do this. Let's see how this goes. Because, like I said, I've been looking for a counselor for a year, and nobody's helped me look for a counselor up until now. It's been a year. And while I'm watching fellow trans people in my area who were able to find someone like that on the ball. They, you know, they had more resources, they had more help than I did. My doctor just kind of said, okay, well, go find yourself a counselor. That wasn't very helpful. Um, no resources, nothing. So, but I'm finally at that point where I think I found the right counselor. So there's another victory for me. And hopefully I'll be starting T shortly after seeing him. At least a few weeks. We'll see. Um, I have noticed, like I said, I noticed that there is some loose skin. It's not a lot. Like I can literally just kind of pinch it just a little bit. And I don't remember the last time that I actually like showed off my body. I think I think for this channel that I have not even shown full body, like just so you can see my skin and everything and see the fat rolls, because I still have, I'm still big. I still have the fat, but I don't think you guys have actually seen me at that point. I think you've seen me just like totally clothed in the hoodie or just with a t-shirt on, with the t-shirt lifted up. Like you haven't even seen what my arms look like really. So what I'm going to attempt to do, uh, which I shouldn't have a problem with it, is take my phone, take some pictures. I have old pictures that I actually resaved because I had ended up getting a new laptop and everything. So a lot of the pictures that I had were kind of they're gone or they're on social media somewhere, so I had to hunt them down. I found older pictures of me from last year, and I looked at those pictures yesterday, and I just kind of looked down, and I said, "Holy crap!" I changed. Maybe not by much, but I changed. I am not, the body is not the same as it was. Unfortunately, I do not have the same outfit that I had in those pictures because they were feminine clothes. They were feminine clothing, so I got rid of my feminine clothing a while back, several months ago. Sometime last year, I switched to wearing all men's clothing, except for the bra because I still need it. Unfortunately, I still need it, so I still have the bra. That's the only feminine piece of clothing I own. So, unfortunately, I don't have that same outfit, but now, well, okay. I lied because I am actually wearing another piece of feminine clothing as we speak, and that's my leggings. That's my leggings. So I have the leggings and I have the bra. So, okay, two pieces of feminine clothing. So what I'm going to start doing, every month or so, I'm going to do pictures, full body pictures, and see where my body is at. And then I will post those probably like on my Instagram, on my Twitter, on the Facebook page, just so you guys can also see it, but I don't have to do a video every week. I don't have to do a video every month, sorry, showing, okay, here's where I was and here's where I am now. Instead, I can go, okay, I will put the pictures together on other social media outlets, and then you guys can see that from those social media outlets. Um, that way I'm not having to take the photos, make a video, edit the video, because let's face it, editing is a pain in the butt. Editing is a pain in the butt. No matter who you are, no matter what you're working with, it can be a pain in the butt. And if you can avoid doing the editing, yay. So, as much as I like to make the videos and I like the process, sometimes the editing process can be very tedious and it drives you nuts. Just putting it out there. But yeah, I mean, this week has been way better than the last few weeks. So I'm gonna just keep going. I'm gonna follow my own motto and keep going because I'm back to where I was before I started gaining the weight. So now I can take off more weight without hopefully dropping way too much all at once. Um, like I said, depending on uh, the food situation, it's gonna be a bit difficult. Why do I feel like I'm missing something, guys? Talked about my diabetes a little bit. Oh, my numbers have been a lot better since I saw the specialist earlier on in the week. Um, we talked about how, okay, here are your numbers. Why do your numbers look like this? And of course, I said, well, I'm an emotional eater and I will binge eat when I'm, stressed or upset or whatever. Food is my comfort. She said, okay, well, what's your comfort food? What are you eating? And I'm like, well, I go for popcorn or I go for pretzels. I try to make the healthier choice. I don't go for like sweets. I'm not a sweet person really. I never really, when I was a kid, I was, but I kind of grew out of that. Um, but for the most part, I go for the carbs. I go for the carbs. I go for the pretzels, the popcorn, for bread. Like I'll make myself a quick little sandwich or something, or I'll go for whatever was left from dinner, which is usually a pasta dish. Carbs are my downfall. So she said, okay, it's good that you know what you're doing. You realize that this is going on. She goes, because most people deny that that is what's going on. But the fact that you're aware makes this a lot easier because now what you can do is when you start to feel like you need to binge or you need to eat to feel comfort, you can consciously make the choice to say, okay, well, if I'm going to eat, let's go for something else. She said popcorn over pretzels. So I'm actually going to have my husband, who does most of the shopping and the cooking, actually look for like lower carb and lower fat popcorn because popcorn that we normally get is like movie theater butter and it's like extra movie theater butter. So I'm gonna have him look for a healthier option as far as popcorn goes. See what we come up with. Otherwise, she said you have celery that you can, there's celery, there's different veggies that you can eat that have the carbs that you're going for, but they're healthier options and they're better for you. So That's what I've been trying to do, or just not eating it. Like, okay, I feel like this. What else can I do besides eat? Um, oh, here's a game I want to play, or okay, well, I'm going to color, or I'm going to do, or I'm going to even. There was a day where I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go work out more. So I did an extra workout that day because I was stressed, I was angry that day, and I decided to take out my frustration on my body, so to speak, um, rather than taking it out on it by eating more. I decided to work out and get rid of the energy to be angry. Just yeah, basically, I just wore myself not wore myself out, but kind of burned off that angry energy so that I felt better. So I think maybe that's what I'm going to start doing, because I noticed that the things I normally go to, like I draw, or I color, or I will play a game, those things only work for so long, and it only works for certain moments. Like anger, it doesn't help. It doesn't calm me down. It doesn't make me, okay. It doesn't make me go, "Whoosh." It doesn't make me do that. It doesn't burn off the angry energy. Working out burns off the angry energy. So if I happen to be in that mind frame where I'm angry, or just like really upset to the point almost where I'm angry, but not quite, I'll work out instead of doing that. Instead of eating. Instead, instead of eating, I will work out. For the other things, like if I get so upset that I start to cry, I'm just gonna let myself cry it out, and then I'm gonna just normally what I do if I'm that upset, I will sit there and I will cry and eat at the same time. And like yesterday, I cried because my kid was just he was having a really off day, and he's having another off day. Like he just does nothing but scream. He will just scream at the top of his lungs for no reason. Whether he's upset or he just wants to scream, sometimes he's upset about something, so he'll scream. Other times he just screams to scream. And one, it upsets me because my husband has uh, epilepsy, and certain frequencies of noise will set off a seizure. Well, our son's screeching and screaming has set off seizures. So when he starts doing that, and I'm telling him, no, please don't do that, please don't do that, please don't do that, you're hurting daddy, and he still does it, it upsets me. And I will cry because I get scared because I don't know what else to do. I can't just like sit there and cover his mouth. That's not, you know. So I get frustrated, I get upset, I get scared, and it comes out in the form of crying. So then normally what I do is I go and I eat and I cry and I say F it, and I normally take the food to the room to here in the bedroom, and I will eat and I will cry. Um, so yesterday I skipped the grabbing food part. I almost went to the fridge. I stopped myself. I kind of stopped myself and I said, no, you're doing really good with your blood sugar. You're doing good with the emotional, keeping your emotions in to check and not doing that to yourself. So don't do that now. There's no point in it. Just go to the room, lay down, cry it out. So that's what I did. I came in here, I laid down on the bed, I cried for a while. Then I asked for my laptop because after I calmed down a little bit, I said, I still need some time to myself, but I'm okay. I just need a little time to myself before I come back out. So Hubby brought me the laptop, and I tried to do a video. I tried to do some other things. I did a few other things. I calmed down more, and I went back out, and everything was cool until he started screaming again. He's two, so I mean, this kind of thing is fairly normal. Um, so we just gotta deal with it while it lasts. Hopefully, it won't last too much longer. Um, but if it does, it does. So, yeah, that has been my week this week. Week 10, back to 244. Uh, blood sugar's doing really well. Some loose skin, just a little bit. And then, yeah, I mean, like I said, this week has been a lot better. So, now that that's done, I am going to go and I'm going to do my workout while I have some peace because somebody decided to go shopping and take the toddler with them. So I could do the video without hearing screaming or, hearing him call me because he wants me to hang out with him or play with him. Like I'm just getting stressed out just thinking about him yelling and screaming and freaking out. But it's okay. I'm okay. He's okay. We're all okay. We will get through this. Might pass like a kidney stone, but this too shall pass. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go work out now. So I hope everybody has a great day, and I hope you guys have had a great week for yourselves if you're on your own health journey. Let me know what you guys did this week. Um, did you drink enough water? Did you exercise X amount of days like you planned? What went wrong? What went wrong? And then think about what went wrong and then think about what you can do to change it for next week. So you can put it in the comments below, or I will even post that on my other social media outlets. So if you don't feel like putting that in the comments here on YouTube, you can go to the Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter. Still working on the Snapchat thing. Like I'm trying to figure out. I am using my personal Snapchat to kind of figure out how to do a Snapchat for Journey to Health because, like I said, it's my personal Snapchat, so I am not really aware of how to use it for the social media getting myself out there thing, but I'm slowly learning. So eventually the Snapchat will come, I promise. Uh, so I hope you all are having a great day. Whatever it is you're doing, keep going.
Okay, guys, so I changed my mind, as you can see. So these pictures coming up are of me back uh, in January last year. I was at 249, so my weight now is 244, which that's not a lot of change as far as the number. But when the next picture comes up, you'll see that um, from today, these were taken today. Um, My body has changed. I have looser skin. My posture is a little bit better. Uh, I just look better, at least to myself, and I feel a lot better. So even though I didn't lose that much, it's been a big change for me.